Yeah.
Dude, 100%.
But I also like
a
a lot of people like think, and I used to like when all the vlog stuff took off, I definitely had the attitude of like, it's so lame. It's people filming themselves, blah, blah, blah. It's so kooky, blah, blah, blah. But like, the rad thing about vlogs and social media is that it's taken out the need for an editorial middleman, and it's given power to the athletes themselves. And like Bernard's a great example of that, like where he, does his vlogs or whatever, but it's taken out the need to have a Pink Bike or a Vital to distribute your work.
Yeah, it's broadened it. It's weird though because there's always a good and a bad
but
about
that's
everything. So
anything.
it's like if everyone just did a vlog, imagine how if there wasn't anything overview
else.
and it was just you had to watch everyone's vlogs.
Yeah.
It would be just mind numbing, wouldn't it? Or it'd be just too much. It would be too much. If every
Maybe,
single
but
World
like,
Cup rider produced Bernard goes like 40 minutes long.
I know. I saw it when we were watching Warner's last night. I was like, Jesus, he's made a vlog. Like making something that's 35 minutes takes me like 2 years.
Yeah, dude, exactly. Yeah.
Right. But again, it's like if you look at it through the lens of a 15-year-old kid just getting in the sport, it's incredible.
I just think you need both.
Yeah, you do need both.
Yeah. And it has changed, and I do think it is good that riders can, because then it means you're not just, you're in control of your destiny, I guess.
Exactly. It's just taking out the middleman. It's sick.
Yeah. Because I do remember when I was younger being like, you knew someone at one magazine, so they were interested in you and they liked you and they were interested in your riding, so they would put pictures of you in there. But then at another magazine, it would be
there was like an editorial source controlling like kind of the there was an editorial source controlling the basically who was cool and who wasn't.
Yeah.
And they had that power.
And he was called Mike Rose.
Yeah. And Mike Rose we're very lucky that we had somebody with that level of taste involved in our sport. You know, there's a couple people over the years that really, like, if you look back on it, changed for my generation, the sport, and Alex Rankin and Mike Rose are pretty much at the top of that list, where they were the first people when I was getting into mountain biking that I was like, oh my God, these guys are trying to make mountain biking cool and different. And there was like an arty edge to it. And it really, Dirt Magazine, again, I can remember exactly where and when I was and what issue when I first saw Dirt Magazine. I was at the Barnes & Noble in San Rafael, California, which is in Marin, just north of San Francisco. And it was the issue with Mike King on the cover going around a BMX track, 2002. And Pete Demos was the photographer, who I've never met, but he was the Haro photographer. And I opened it up and it was like everything I always thought the sport could be in one magazine. It was like, it was riding, it was art, it was, they had an opinion about things. It was, it was amazing. Like Dirt Magazine, I don't want to sound too dramatic, but it changed my life, dude.
Opinion's quite important. I think it's something that's like,
and that's what I think a lot of you know who, I don't know if you've seen it yet, but Matt Begg and Hunter Paul, these Matt Begg, sick dirt jumper.
When does the
Hunter
trend
Paul,
end?
Yeah, so they made this 2-year project that Hunter Paul made, who I'm incredibly enamored by in terms of like his talent and his drive to make things that are unique to him, you know. And I don't know, you know, the film is very kind of anti-vlog, anti-YouTube, which maybe I don't agree 100% with their stance, but they have an opinion, and that's what refreshing. I love about it. You know, like I'm so enamored with skateboarding and those kind of, you know, board sports because they're so opinionated and it's sick. It's so interesting. Like they're so unapologetic of calling out stuff. And I think mountain bikers are so, and I'm guilty of this too. Like, oh, we'll, you know,
dude,
like,
absolutely. I'm really guilty.
So,
I really like.
Yeah. But everybody watching this who hasn't seen Where the Trend Ends, please support those guys, because it is it inspired me so much, that film. And I was blown away by how much it just gave me energy seeing those guys.
What's it
work.
available on? Because it's not even normal.
Yeah, it's I believe whenthetrendends.com, and you buy it. I bought it. I bought a t-shirt too, XL, or maybe I bought double XL, which is a little bit too big, but yeah, I'm gotta keep it baggy, you know. But that film, it's I think the last time I was that inspired seeing mountain bike content was when when Oda vlog for sure. Vlog, yeah. But no, when I first saw Rupert Walker's work with Semenuk, and I was like, oh my God, this dude I have to become best friends with this dude, because it was like meeting me.
Yeah.
It was sick. And now Rupert and I are best friends, and I try to work with him on everything, and he's amazing. And
are there any other standouts on the World Cup circuit?
Well, yeah, I keep talking about stuff that's not. I've become a free rider, bro. When did that happen? Yeah, I used to be racer, and now I'm Mr. Freeride. But
a free racer.
But yeah, around World Cup stuff, what is inspiring me?
I've got one.
Yeah,
Sleeper.
Yes, very good answer.
And a lot of these come out. A lot of his just like short clips. I just love them. I just think they make the sport.
For sure.
Like anything that makes it cool is.
Anything that's like Sleeper's a really good example.
Which is what it is.
And they
it's always cool, but when you watch something and it doesn't convey what I think they do a really good job of conveying actually what it's like.
And they're kind of the only ones really that are like maybe doing what I was trying to do with 3-minute gaps, and that's like make something about the races that's more than just like here's the I got 7th place, blah blah blah. It's I think they have a lot to learn in terms of like polishing up their work and stuff, but that'll come with time, dude. It's like they'll get technically better at focus pulling and composition and lighting and all this stuff, and that'll come with time. But I love that there's kids that are a new generation that are filming World Cups and trying to make stuff that's more than just some watered down version of the live feed, It's really cool too. They did that. They did the Reese Wilson doc, and then they did that Amory piece, and they're really the only ones that I've seen since I've been away from mountain biking that are actively pursuing long form content that's not just the race. They're going to Reese's house and shooting him, and going to the Amory thing was pretty sick, man. That came out recently.
Yeah, absolutely. I got a question for you, because
hit me.
Right, I love films, documentaries, whatever, long form stuff. Long form as in over 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I have noticed, however, that now my attention span, even though I'm aware of it and I love long form stuff, my attention span is awful, and I do end up looking at my rectangle. Does this affect you as someone who's like completely aware of it and passionate about filmmaking? Have you noticed any change?
Well, I mean, maybe in an ideal world, like no one would have an iPhone when they watch long form stuff, but that's like just living in the past. You know what I mean? Like I can't. You have to, as a creative and a storyteller, adapt with technology, and if you don't, you're going to be left behind.
Do you remember when we were younger, video piracy? Do you remember how much people would like police it? There was like the adverts before every film. Video piracy is a crime.
Everybody's just giving up. Yeah.
Surely it must be an impossible one to police these days. It's like the war on drugs.
Yeah.
It must be quite
yeah, exactly.
Big loss nowadays, right? You can just be like
for sure
from the.
And I've kind of like, I don't know. I just don't care. Like I like making things, dude.
Yeah.
I don't definitely I'll check, like I read all the comments on the Death Grip 2 teaser. But I get energy in life by making things. And I just hope that people like it at the end of the day. I don't know if I'm a little off topic, but I think and that's what I see about Sleeper Co. They like making this stuff, and it's not just like showing up and filming the reel and that's I like people that that have a vision for where they want the sport to go.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
Sleeper Co. and like Hunter Paul and that project. You know, again, I don't agree with maybe I more or less do agree with their stance on vlogs, but
Yeah, absolutely.
I just am like, this is awesome. They're these kids that are like have an opinion and they're
Care
not
enough.
scared to like say their opinion on the sport. And I think that's healthy. If there's, you know, it's boring when everybody thinks the same thing. That's
Yeah.
Did you enjoy this clip? If so, please like and subscribe. The full episode is available by hitting one of the links on the screen right now, or type the Ride Companion into your favourite podcast app. We've even put links in the show description for you. Cheers!